16 part of when you were threatened to steal information from a ruthless cold mafia who was known as the Reaper. Author point of view. It's been a month when they lost Kyle. You were not in her senses and were hospitalized for a few days. After coming home, you were staying in a separate room. Taehyung gave you space to go through this, but you had stopped talking to him or anyone. Taehyung was all ready to leave for work when his phone rang. He picked the call. Da, I hope it's some useful information. Man, we tracked him. His eyes darkened and jaw twisted. Da, no one will touch him before me. Before leaving, he came in your room. You were sitting near the window and were staring out. Breakfast tray on the side table was untouched. Jan, he handed to you, but there was no movement. Princess, why are you sitting here on the floor? What if you catch cold? He leaned and held your arms. You stood on your feet with his support. Da, have breakfast, come. Suddenly you pushed him away and stumbled without him. Da, Jan, don't come near me. You killed my brother. Your words gave him a shock. Jan, you killed my brother. This time you shouted at the top of your voice. Da, why are you saying this? While shaking your head, you stepped away until your back hit the wall. You slipped down against it. Jan, alas, I lost my brother because of you. I wish I had never met you. Teha, my brother. Shards of your words perished in his heart. Da, I know it's a big loss. He had no words. Getting near you, he sat down. He asked me to offer you for Kyle's life, but I could not. He bit his lip when you started crying. How will I live without him? He pulled you in his arms and you broke the shell after a month by shedding the tears that you had been hiding. Da, I almost caught him, Jan. Trust me. Taehyung increased the speed of his car, his eyes following a vehicle ahead. Your words echoed in his head and his veins swelled. Da, I will kill you, Theodor. He took a turn and Theo noticed him vanishing through the rearview mirror. Theo sighed in relief and you, after a few moments, hit his foot on the brakes when a car crossed his way. His car stopped with a jerk and sweat popped up on his forehead when his eyes met with Taehyung's, who was coming out of his car. Theo tried to reverse his car, but many vehicles were behind him, and in front of him was coming the Reaper. He immediately stepped down from the car to run away. Taehyung was in his way. Adrenaline rushed in and he pointed. Let me go, Taehyung. You have an audacity to ask that. Taehyung stepped up and Theo fired into Taehyung's shoulder. His face showed immense pain and his guards tackled down Theo. Some guards ran towards Taehyung, but he stopped them and moved towards Theo, whose eyes widened, seeing him walking all fine when was flowing out from a hole. Da, you added more in your account. He on Theo's and pulled the. He let out a horrified scream and bent down. Guards did not let him touch his phone. He was writhing in pain. Taehyung harshly clapped his hand on Theo's face. Da, this is nothing, Theodor. You will taste different pain every second. His aura, his words, and the darkness of his eyes. Everything was screaming danger. Theo was dragged away and Taehyung left with his guards. Taehyung got treated earlier and was now standing in front of the mirror staring at the bandage. The door was knocked and he instantly put on his shirt. You stepped in and his moving hands stopped. He was seeing you in this room after a long time. Yan, Taehyung, you were taking slow steps towards him. Your eyes slipped from his face to downwards, and your hands moved to his shirt. His heart beat wildly when you buttoned up his shirt. I am so happy that you came back. Your face was blank and eyes were puffy due to crying. He wanted to run. Did you find him, Theodor? You looked up in his eyes and saw him pushing back all emotions. Yes, your eyes enraged with murderous look at as you glanced on his collar. Yan, where is he? The pain jolted through his whole body due to the jerk, but he did not. He gently held your hands and moved them. Yan, tell me where he is. Is he here in the basement? After saying that, you turned over on your heels, but he pulled you back to himself. Da, Jan, we cannot see. Jan, why? You yelled with tears shining in your eyes. He put his hands on your face. Da, look at yourself. Can you handle this? Jan, my brother was in front of my eyes, and I am still alive. Jan, I did not die. I should have died with him. His heart wrenched at your state, and he brought you to the bed. Sit, you did, and he sat near you. You are the strongest, Jan. We can go through this together, you and me. Da, and about Theodor, I will make him pay. I will. You sniffed and nodded. He on your head and made you lay down. Adjusting the blanket on you, he left. For the next few days, Taehyung was staying at home. You did not go near basement, though you really wanted to peek in. Da, why you are not eating, Shan? He asked, as you were just playing with food in your plate. Shan, I don't want to. Da, are you okay? You shifted in your chair when his hand grasped on yours. Shan, yeah. He looked away when you pulled back your hand. You were still staying in separate room. You found him miserable when you left his room. He thought that is because he stopped you to see Theo. Da, I have to leave for some work, but if you are not okay, then I can skip a day. Jan, I will manage, don't worry. He was happy that now, at least, you were joining him for breakfast. Due to the loss you suffered, you sometimes behave rudely, but he knows that things will take time. Da, call me whenever you need anything. He stood from his chair and he smiled when you blushed. Da, I will be back soon. You stared at his back when he was walking away. Pain in his eyes clenched your heart, but you felt too broken to heal him. Pushing away the plate, you pulled yourself up and gasped when darkness swirled around you for more than a moment. You took a few steps when you felt better. Thought of Theo crossed your mind, and you looked towards the path of basement. Gulping down, you started moving and stopped near the door. You raised your hand to turn the handle, but it did not open. It was locked. With a trembling hand, you wiped away the wetness on your forehead. Guard, ma'am, you flinched, and your heart was thudding in your chest. Guard, do you need anything? Why is this locked? His eyes darted from you to door. Sir ordered us to keep it locked. Jan, open it. He seemed troubled. Guard, I am sorry, but we are not allowed. Jan, even when I am saying you convinced him, but he said that he will come with you. You stepped in following guard. He looked scared as he was breaking the rule. He moved away and you got the vision of a man tied with chains. Theodor. His head was hanging low. That he raised up when he heard shuffling. Theo, look who came. You observed his state. That was terrifying, as there were Jan. Who did this? You whispered. Guard, sir, accept him. No one can touch him. Your eyes moved and stopped at his thigh that was bandaged. Theo, your husband, because I pierced in his shoulder. That was a shock for you. Taehyung was, but when you stepped back with a gasp. In fact, when they were not there, Bile rose up and you threw up there in the corner. Guard, ma'am. You stopped him from coming any near and looked back at Theo, who was now unconscious. You ran back to your room and emptied your stomach in bathroom. When you came out, guard was there. Ma'am, are you okay? Jan, no. Please call Miss Mary. She was a doctor assigned to you after Kyle. Holding your head, you sat down on the bed. There, Theo's figure was not leaving your mind. Taehyung was not called a reaper without any reason. Miss Mary came and checked you. She gave you a news with a smile on her face. Mary, congratulations, my girl. You stared at her with a blank face, and she gave you an assuring nod. Your lips parted and tears slipped down from your eyes, and as you moved your hand to be continued. Thanks for watching. Love you all.